moved into the new Airbnb. We got one more week left of the internship. And pro day came, pro day went. Saw some guys throw some awesome numbers up there. And we're gonna dive into a whole bunch about that. And I can't wait to get into it. These things for us as athletes to do is we get attached to everything. We get attached to numbers, to velo, to different training modalities, to really like anything in between. And I made a thread about it as how, like, let's take the whoop for example, is a lot of athletes will attach a huge meaning to that or let them dictate how it feels. And then by the time they wake up in the morning, they feel good and they look at the whoop, and then all of a sudden they feel like shit because it says it's a 30% instead of 90%. And then they let that affect their performance. But beyond that, I think we attach a lot of meaning to like the velo and the radar gun. And I think that was something me and Coop talked for hours about, was like being able to surrender, like do the work you need to do every single day. And then when those lights turn on, when the moment comes, you gotta surrender. You gotta just be who you are when you are who you are. And that's a really important thing. So when those velo days come, whatever you are, you just are what you are, and you're who you are in the moment. But before then, let's look at the last velo day and what happened.
So pro day is officially over.
I was just coughing up, so I was like, and it was like, after I was like, oh, I'm chucking it.
Yep, that was it. That was it. That was it.
Yeah, I don't know,
It's my turn on Thursday.
exactly.
So pro day is officially over. And it was really fun to watch a lot of professionals be professional. And the big takeaway I had was, if you want to play professional baseball, you have to be good enough to play professional baseball. And that if you are going to get signed out of something like this, you have to be so undeniably good that they have no other option but to fucking sign you. And my roommate today was that undeniable. He was that good. He hit 96.8, big league changeups, flash state, proficient slider. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets an opportunity. It's really, you never know in these things. That being said, like, he left no stone unturned and he made some waves today. So his line for me going into it was 96. A lot of this just goes to show what we've been talking about, is there's the space of everything that needs to be happening at once. There is the space that I need to be empathetic and self-caring and loving towards myself and understanding where I'm at. But there's also going to need to be those moments where you just know with every fiber of your being that you're good enough and you can do it. And for me, watching Cooper do that, I knew going into it that he was going to. That I didn't have a single doubt in my mind that he was going to hit 96. I was so in belief, and so was he. We had a conversation the night before pro day, and I could see it on him. I knew it. He knew it. We just knew it. We all knew it together that he was going to do it. And that just goes to show some of the type of beliefs you have to have. And where I've been at recently is sometimes I sell myself short. And I'm tired of selling myself short. Cooper hit 96.8, and we are... These damn car alarms are going off. But Cooper hit 96.8. We are going to celebrate. We're going to get Korean barbecue, and then we're going to go over to Jared's house after, hang out for a little bit. Nothing too crazy. It's a Sunday, so I'm ripping tomorrow. We're going to see what we have tomorrow. We're going to do like an 88 to 92% buildup. So basically, if I break out of my 92% range, I get to throw hard. So we'll see what happens. I don't feel great, but I want to hit 95. I really do. So whatever it takes.
This is gonna be nice because I'm about to do this.
A little bit of meat. Yeah, we are gonna lose some money tonight.
The Yaki Shabu beef. And I'll go the Angus beef rib.
Good call.
Alright, I'm gonna go white rice, kimchi, the Yaki Shabu beef, and the umakara beef, and the umakara ribeye if possible.
Albertus came to play today.
Yeah, that'd be him over there.
Doing some recovery shit. It's fucking bullshit though. Out of my range with an 88, and I worked up to an 89. I think I hit 190. That should be in the video. All, it was just like not a great day, and I kind of meditated for a little bit, and I started to notice this sense of attachment that I was starting to form to like the numbers, and how like for so long I've like really dictated my worth based off of like how hard I threw. So like obviously today I knew going into it I didn't feel great. I just felt sluggish, I felt slow. But within that, like I felt mentally fatigued and drained. And for me, there's been a lot of times when like I'm at my worst, I can notice and feel my best. When I'm at my worst, I get to see where my lowest hanging fruit is. Like what's going on inside my mind, my emotions. And for so long in my life, it was always just gotta get back to 95, do whatever it takes. When it was just like, I have to let it go and let go of it and just be in it. And so I'm gonna process with that for a little bit, but for now I'm gonna go edit some content. So I want you guys to watch this video. It gave me a lot of good perspective and we had a really beautiful conversation. This was right after Pro Day and the conversation between Aaron, Cooper, and myself, where we were really just dissecting all of it. And Aaron caught Cooper during the Pro Day, so it was really all of us working together. Me and Cooper had been having a lot of conversations, and then Cooper's coach had been just grinding with him. So this conversation gave me a lot of great perspective. There's two parts to it. Let's take a look at the first part right now.
Woke up this morning. I had my shake.
Yeah.
And I think I threw up twice.
Wait, what?
I actually well, it was like my shake wasn't sitting well with me, and like I was just coughing up. So I was like, and it was like, what the fuck? But after I was like, oh, I'm chucking. I'm chucking.
Yeah, Aaron, but his first bullpen, I watched him, he was 90, 91.
Really?
Yeah. And like he had hit 93 before, a few weeks ago or a week ago.
The week before.
Yeah, the week before. But it wasn't like an average cat comes in, watches that bullpen, nobody would have said, oh yeah, in a month's time, he's going to sit 95.
Yeah.
He's going to touch 97.
I think like the biggest key that got me ready for this was like the recovery part of it.
Yeah.
Like just being able to sleep and like recover and do everything necessary. But I think too, like I really think the biggest key was like stuff was one of, because I when I tell you I got it close to perfect.
Yeah.
On like exactly everything that I was throwing. Almost every single day, like I literally visualized myself going 95, 95, 96, 96, throwing the changeup well, throwing the slider well, like throwing the two seam well, and it just like it put it in my brain that like I was gonna wake up, I was gonna feel good from the rest and the preparation, but I woke up and I was like, I know in my brain I'm doing this no matter.
You was that really shitty day last week where you felt like shit.
Yep. Because I think for me it was proof too that like I could do it even when I felt like dog shit.
Yeah.
Like I was still able to get up to 92.6 with my 4 seam.
Yeah.
And like I was 90.92 with my 2 seam, and my body just felt terrible. And I was like, my body feels terrible right here, and it's a bullpen, and I'm still hitting these numbers. Imagine what it feels like when my body is like fully prepared, and I feel good.
Yeah.
Pushing it beyond.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing
Absolutely.
anything extra that like I don't really need to be doing.
Yeah. It was like that conversation. Yeah, because we talked about that a couple weeks ago. We were like, where I was like, bro, like, do shit that's actually gonna move the needle forward, not just like, just staying at the facility and do shit just to do shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like me being there for another extra 30 minutes rolling out, or like doing a bunch of stretches and stuff like that. Like I realized this week, I'm like, it's not gonna help me.
Exactly.
Me doing Mark Pro for another 40 minutes or something like that, like after like every single day, it wasn't gonna do anything. It was gonna make it where like my body had to recover a little bit more.
Yeah.
So like I did it after my first pen where it was like
Sick.
I did a little bit more of the things I needed to, like just a little bit more recovery, and then like Tuesday through Saturday, I just did the like baseline stuff I'm used to doing. This was the thing I think that was so good about the way I did everything the past 6 months too, is because like me and Sam, I threw short boxes for fucking 4 months. Literally short boxes 3 days a week for 4 months at like 70%.
Yeah.
Get up to 80%. And it like hammered in that like pattern I needed to have.
Yeah.
And like I had the bad days where I was like I was overthinking and doing a bunch of different things, and like I would talk with Sam about it. Start sort of being like, okay, just let yourself fucking relax and just let your body take over and let the work that you've been doing take over. And it was like this entire time that I've been down here, there hasn't been one time that I've been like, I need to do a bunch of different drills and stuff like that to get like everything better. It was like, no, my body's in a really good place to just throw the ball. Like I don't have to think about the way my body's moving. I can just let it go. Do that and then get it to the point where I don't have to think about it. It just happens.
And this is the important part, and I think a lot of guys lose sight of this, because this is what I lost sight of, is like, this is just one day. This was like, we talked about like 5 minutes of your life.
Yep.
30 seconds of video. And it was like, you have a whole career after this now.
Yeah.
Like the point of the game, like the point of this shit is to play the game, not just throw and pro it.
Exactly.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
And it's like, and that's what I walked in on, but it was like, I think a lot of guys are like, boom, like I just nailed pro day, I got signed. And then they go, and not to be like, you, like, we're fucking excited, you should be excited, be content, be happy. But also then like, over that time, it's like, oh yeah, now I gotta go get guys out.
And have other good shit to like be able to back me up. I don't know, I think this is the most excited I've been, obviously, because like, oh shit, like that's the first time I hit 95 in my life, and then I hit fucking 6. Like that's fucking
almost
6.
you didn't stop at 95,
Yeah,
you went,
fucking hit a 6.
once you hit that, when you hit 94.9, I was, I could tell just like the first throw, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna hit 7. I was like, he's gonna fucking do it, bro. Dude, you have no idea how many people I was going, like, when you were playing catch, because it was like that, we were at the back right corner because we had to man the laptop.
Yeah.
And I'm watching you guys play catch, and Kyle walks by, I go, Kyle, Coop right here, he's hitting a 6 today. I told so many people that you were gonna hit a 6, bro. David was like, I'm so glad that he actually did it and that you didn't look like, I was like, dude, I had no doubt. You know? Like,
Jerry came up to me and told me the same thing. It was before we even started playing catch. He's like, yo, Gabe told me Coop's hitting 6 today.
who said that?
Jared.
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, yeah, I think he is. and then he's like, no, Gabe doesn't think so. Gabe knows it's gonna happen. See everyone's reactions and just watching everyone's faces light up. Because I wasn't looking at the velos, but I could just see their face. I was like, yeah.
Or I loved when he threw it. He went changeup, fastball, and then he went out and he threw that changeup, and I'm sitting back there and I go, oh. And you just like he's behind the dish and he just starts going like this. I was. So we've been talking about attachment and how we attach ourselves to the numbers and the meaning, and we want all these things so badly and we feel so good. And I was able to recognize after watching that video like how important it is to just let everything happen and like trust the work you've been doing. You can't force it and you can't make it happen. You just have to do the work every day, and you show up every day and you make it to your best. And it reflects back to this meditation that I had where we were talking about attachment, or I was thinking about attachment and what it is and how I'm feeling attached to trying to hit 95 to the point where it's like it's forcing, it's not happening. And I forget what the actual like point of everything is and like the moments that actually matter. And that's something that this gave me a lot more perspective on, especially after having kind of like that bad day. Like I had this day, came back, started editing this video, and then just watched this. So yeah, it's really good perspective. But the best part is with editing the next part, you're going to see even better what this game is actually all about. So let's get into that right now. For the people at home.
All right, so I either said it out loud or I said it in my head, but I knew that like I just wanted to go out there, have fun, and fucking just be able to like go and chuck and give everything I had so I could give you guys like the biggest hugs and smiles after, because I was like, dude, like Sam kept saying like, you put in the work, you did your thing. Like I personally don't believe I would be here without the help that I've gotten from him and you guys. Mm-hmm. Like when I like hit those numbers, like especially after when I hit those numbers, I was like, dude, now I was so excited when I turned the corner because I fucking gave Sam a big ass hug. I gave you a big ass hug.
Yeah.
When I came down and dapped you up, I was like, we gave each other a big ass hug. Like just being able to give everybody hugs and like smiles and shit like that. Like that's talk about blacking out. That's a moment I will never forget.
That is, I'm gonna turn the camera here for a second, because like for me, when I look back at my career, it was never about the outings in and of themselves. Like I remember all the good outings and all that shit, but what I remember is those moments where it's like you're fucking like family pretty much, you know, like your brothers, your mom, your dad, like it's the relationships and like the reward that y'all get to feel between each other. So that's what I think playing and shit is about, man.
It's the fucking best. And that's, I mean, even told Danny, like, that's why I wanted Danny to hit a 7.
Yeah.
It's like, being cool, man. Like, I had the highest wheel.
It's all love between everybody, man.
I want y'all to, like, do your thing.
So it's been a few days since the last session, and as the week was going on, I just started to notice like how drained I was. I had these sessions where I was like, I didn't want to throw, I didn't want to do all this stuff, and like that got to me to the point where it's like I talked to some other guys, talked to some other coaches, and within that I was able to see like one of the biggest problems I had in my younger years was I would just push through whatever it was. So the funny thing about attachment is we attach ourselves to these things like velo, drills, ways we go about it. And a lot of times we kind of like neglect a lot of things and we'll push through it, or we'll just shove it to the side. We won't address the actual problem or what's going on. And it just gets worse. So for me, it was like my body had done some stuff that it hadn't done in a little while. I hit 94.8, which I haven't done in a while. And for me, it's then to reflect like, how do I like get that needle from here to here? And editing that video helped me a lot, where it's like
I know everything Cooper talked about. I know what we were doing. What we talked about of letting go, of surrender, and for me is like, if the body's not ready, the body's not ready. I can't force it. I can't push it through. And I'm gonna try to rip this day, but like, dude, just take some time away. Just take some time off. So, but that's how we address attachment. We have to look at what the moment is and being in the present. So attachment can form because of things from the past. For me, I lost my velo. I watched it just go away in front of my face. So for a while, it was, I'm stuck in this idea of like, I have to throw harder. I need it now. I need to do it now. When it's like, I don't have a rush. There's no hurry for me. Even now, just like talking about it, like I can process that. Like there is no timetable for me to like do anything. So like I can have more fun with it. I can address those underlying feelings and really just accept where I'm at. That's, I think, the biggest part. It's being present and accepting who you are and where you're at in this moment right here, right now. I'm not going to throw 95 this week. But if I recover, if I give myself some time off and I do things a little bit differently, my body's going to feel a little bit better. So that's kind of where it's like forming those attachments and those points of like, I need this now versus like the delayed gratification almost in a sense. But understanding like what this is all about, man, like the relationships I've gotten to build and the people I've gotten to help has been more than anything. And I'm going to velo my last day of tread. We're going to give it everything we got. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But yeah, it's time to like let go of this need that I need it. Like if all I focus on is that I don't have it, then I'm only going to get is that I don't have it. So I'm going to deload. I'm going to take the gas off for a little bit. What you are going to see is we're going to have some fun tomorrow. We're doing a pitch design bullpen. I have this supination bias, so you're going to see this. We're going to be working on what's called hand of God. Basically, it's a cutter that's like a super cutter. So it's going to move hopefully at about 13 plus horizontal and vertical to the glove side. We're going to look at what we can do, and we're just going to hopefully get some cool stuff. I haven't done one in a little while. I haven't thrown a lot of my pitches in a little while, and we're going to get some good content of that tomorrow. So we're going to get that, and stay tuned for that coming up next. That was it. Hand of God failed, but so pitch design session is done. We got one. So I was able to flash it, was able to do it once, but nothing consistent. So it was 9 and 9. You can see some of the videos there. It's just knowing that I can do it, that I just got to do it more and get better at it is going to be the next step. But we velo this Friday. So long in my career, I was a man of, he has the ability, but he's just got to do it. And it's just about taking action and being the guy that just goes and gets it done. So I'm letting go of the attachment of like what I want or all of this and just going out and doing what I'm gonna go and do. Go and get it done in the present moment. I'm acknowledging that these fears of not hitting a number is from my past. And I'm healing it, I'm growing from it, I'm letting it go. And I'm gonna go get it done because I am who I am now, not somebody 3 years ago. we're gonna go get it done. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in to see the 95 next week, because we're gonna go get it done.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's my turn on Thursday.
Exactly.